Hey, Greater New Haven area. It's Dave Bolduc again. Hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to get on here, talk a little bit more about the home search process. Up to this point, we've talked a lot about getting ready. All the things you need to do, the buyer broker, all that stuff. Now I want to talk about, getting the meat and potatoes, going and looking at houses. So there's a lot of different schools of thought here. I wanted to touch base on what my thoughts are. There's four things that I think you need to think about when you think you're ready to go look at houses. The first one is looking at the pictures and understand the pictures can sometimes show the house looking a lot better than it really is, or or maybe it doesn't show things the way that you think it does. So the pictures can be deceiving. I've had a lot of comments, people coming into a house with me saying, "Wow, I didn't expect the house to look like this based on the pictures." Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So just think about that. If you've got one or two houses that are potentials, and then one or two that you think, yeah, I want to go look at these, go look at them all, because it's definitely helpful. So just keep that in mind with regard to pictures. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is how many and how often do you go look at houses. So what I mean is, do you go one at a time, or do you stack up 3, 4, 5 in the same day and go look at them? Excuse me. My thought on this is go look at several in the same day. There's a couple reasons for that. The first one is you can compare and contrast when you're looking at a couple of different houses at the same time, 3, 4, 5 different houses at the same time. Talk to your realtor, and maybe we can work together and find 3 or 4 or 5 houses that fit the criteria you're looking for. Get a series of showings scheduled. Go take a look at them. The other reason that I suggest that is, especially early on when you first start working with your realtor, you guys got to kind of learn how to work together. I find this when I work with my clients. They tell me what they want, but that doesn't necessarily translate into what they actually want. And it's really just getting into the houses, walking around, looking, talking about the different layouts, the different features, and that time in the houses is very valuable. So I highly recommend set up a time, go look at 4, 5, 6 different houses that fit your criteria. Don't waste time, but go look at houses that fit your criteria, and it'll help you a lot to really understand what you're looking for, and help your realtor understand what you're looking for as well. The third thing that I want you to think about is like unexpected features. So I've had this many times. You go into a house, the pictures show the way the house lays out, and you walk in and you see the master bedroom right off of the kitchen. Or there's a first floor master bedroom that when you really don't want that. Or it could be many different things, just awkward layouts, smaller than expected rooms. So think about that, look at the listings, talk to your agent. They may have already been in the house at a different time. Go to open houses, take a look at what the information that's available out there shows you. But just keep that in mind as you're going and looking at houses. There are going to be unexpected things about the house that are not apparent from the listing. So be ready for that. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it throws you for a loop, and just be ready for it. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is the question. So this is not my original idea. This is something that I've heard other people say, and I really like it. When you're out there looking at those houses, one of the things you should be doing, and your agent should be doing as well, is writing down some notes on the listing agreement or a piece of paper. Here's the things I liked. Here's the things I didn't like. When you get to the end of looking at that house or looking at each house, you should be asking yourself this one question: if this house goes under contract and it's not me putting it under contract, am I going to be okay with that, or am I going to be losing my mind? If you're going to be okay with it going under contract, then it's probably not the house for you. If you're afraid you're going to lose your mind if it went under contract and it's not you, then you really need to have a solid conversation with your agent. Say, hey, is it, what's the information here? What's the background? Let's do a little more due diligence. I'm really interested in this. It's an important question that you should ask yourself for each house. If you do that, your search will be much more effective and much more efficient. You won't be looking at 100 different houses. You'll just be able to narrow in, right? You're looking at the pictures, look at multiple properties at one time so you can compare and contrast. And then make sure you're ready for those unexpected features, and make sure you ask yourself that question. So those are 4 things that I like to talk about with my clients, something to think about as you get ready to go look. The next time we talk, we're going to talk about what happens when you do find that house that is the one for you. How do we make those offers that are winning offers? You guys have a good day, and we'll talk soon.